Hello again, everybody. Ambassador Terry back with another First Fridays with Ambassador Terry and friends. And my guest this week and friend is Kashira Fatima. Welcome on the show, my friend. This is going to be great.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Terry. And first of all, let me tell you this. I'm so honored to be called as your friend. We've never met before. We just started connecting with each other over LinkedIn post. And it's just unbelievable, a bond like this can grow. And then thank you for all the opportunities that you've created for me and for so many other people. So I really appreciate you every time I see your post and every time I see the work, the incredible work that you're doing for people.
Oh, don't stop. Oh, don't stop. Thank you. That is heartfelt. I love this work. I love what I'm doing. I help people all over the world in various things that my companies are doing, and these are just you know a dear friend and coach and an international speaker or mentor. I call him mentor. He calls me friend, but I call him mentor. Um, During lockdown, he says, you got the face and voice people like to watch and hear. Get your butt on video, get out there. So you can't get on stage. So what? And he was right. You know, you and I've talked, I went from 1,700 on LinkedIn followers to almost 44,000 in 4 years. And the journey has been fantastic. I have just met the most fantastic people and started really great and lasting relationships with some really superstars that I admire and respect highly. And after a while, for instance, first time we were on camera together was "What Are You Doing" podcast, which is
Yeah.
now a top 125 podcast on the internet, and that's amazing. And you just don't know where these things are going to go, or where they're going to take you, or why. But the journey's fun. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So thank you for those comments. That was very nice. And
Yeah. And if
yesterday,
if I can take one more minute, sorry, I'm stopping you in
oh,
between because
you're doing great. Go for it.
I have to mention this. So, Linda, I am so grateful to have known her through some of our post engagement. I've never met her again. And we didn't even have any such conversations the way you and I have met on a couple of other stages virtually. She's amazing woman. I mean, she is just there. So with her one line of comments on people's posts, she can really inspire people, and she shows that, okay, I'm there to support you. So that warmth and that support that she shows to people, that's completely incredible. And that is a rare sight these days. But both you, Ambassador Terry, and Linda, both you people are showing the world that how kindness can bring people closer, and what is the magic that kindness can really create. So hats off to both of you people.
Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. And she'll hear it because she's probably on live by now. I don't know when she gets off of her client. But thank you for that. Yeah. We laughingly tell people we hate each other as husband and wife, but we're incredible lovers. So we call each other lover, right? It changed our mindset because husband and wives get into grooves and, curmudgeoning and those types of things. And lovers don't. Lovers is new and free. And, we have our arguments. We're humans. We have some pretty
Yeah.
good fights one now and then. But no matter what, we both know to go time out for 5-10 minutes, cool off, come back and say, okay, what went wrong and how are we going to fix it for the future? And we'll
Yeah.
sit down and go one on one with full love and attention for each other. And that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Our relationship has been just great.
Yeah.
But thank you for
And
that.
Yeah, and that's really incredible, actually. As people say that the way you deal with your relationship, the way you are at your home, is the same way you are with your work, with your business, with people outside. So what you just said in last couple of lines, that when there are fights or maybe some disagreements between two of you, maybe a little bit of upset moment for few minutes, but then you come back together, you have a discussion, and you discuss productively what went wrong, and then you try to come to a common consensus that, okay, this is how we're going to move forward. I guess that is one of the most powerful things that people can learn, that this is how you have to move ahead. You cannot just stay silent and not speak to other person or boycott other person. You cannot do that. You have to speak up, you have to come to a common agreement and move on. So this is how life is, and really amazing thing that you just said.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. I'm often quoted as saying, if you can be anything, be kind and don't take any grief off of anybody. And we
Absolutely.
don't, we've had a good life. We've been successful. Uh, we live in a small place in an apartment complex that is perfect for us. I'm about 150 feet from the pool and the hot tub, open 20 year round.
Mhm.
I have a great complex, and like anything else, some neighbors are okay and some neighbors are not so okay, but that's
Mhm.
just life.
Yeah.
And I don't have to deal with the landscapers. I don't have to deal with the toilet bowl not working. I don't have to do any of that anymore. You know, I don't have to go out in my workshop and fix things. I, in the day it was great because it gave me something to do, and but that's not who I am anymore. You know, and the work I do is just wonderful. And like anything else, ladies and gentlemen, there's days when this is boring as hell.
Mm.
Uh, and that's just the way it is. Um, I would say that um, my being able to be present, I'm always saying presence is the point where manifestation becomes action. In other words, you take everything that you've learned so far,
Mhm.
that works on your mindset and everything else, good or bad. There is no good or bad. You just you learn or you learn,
Mhm.
and you shut off all of that ang- angst that you're going through for the future and asking yourself questions and stuff. And you're right here. Okay. There is no back, there is no forward, it's just here. And when you're here, your mind is allowed to connect in what it is that you're working on.
Yeah.
And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this on many programs, sometimes it's a matter of going and laying down, and taking a nap in the middle of the day, like I've done most of my adult life, and I'll have something in mind that I'm working on when I lay down. When I get up within half an hour of awakening, I figured out something. You know, what are you doing? Came out of that. The
Yeah.
vision strategy roadmap and helping people with their marketing programs came out of a nap, right? It's just going, allowing everything to just shut off, and that's not easy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not easy. I've laid down many days with stuff on my mind and never went to sleep. Just wasn't happening. But I don't make myself sleep. If I'm sleep restless in the middle of the night, ladies and gentlemen, I just get up for an hour or so, get on the computer, have some fun with somebody on the other side of the world, and go lay down and go right back to sleep um, because I'm present. I don't, oh God, here it is again, blah, blah, blah. How about you? How do you handle those kinds of situations when they arise in your world?
There's one thing interesting that I have started, and I like to call it do the dishes. Okay. So when my mind is too stuffed with things, or I'm like stressed about something not working out, or I, because I'm into, content curation and I'm not getting ideas. We all go through such situations that I want to write something, I have it there, but then, it's not coming through my pen. What I do is, instead of being in that chaotic moment, I take myself out of it. And I'm like, I'll just stay silent, maybe. I'll do anything that is not related to what I have to do, what I have to deliver. So I take myself out of that situation. And when I say do the dishes, what I do is I go to my kitchen, and whatever is there, if there are dishes, I will start cleaning them. Okay, if there is no dishes, maybe I'll clean the refrigerator, I'll clean the slab, I'll do something which we say it's unproductive. But then those things, they really, somehow they're able to change your state of mind. They're able to bring you out of that chaotic state of mind. And I have ambassador, I have literally seen the transformational effect of this. And in fact, I was thinking I'm going to put it in one of my weekly videos, like do the dishes, that how powerful it is. So basically, when you are going through such moments, there is no need to stay in that, come out of it, take a step back, just let your mind wander, do something else, and then automatically you will start getting some so amazing ideas. And I have literally written some of my best keynote speeches doing the dishes. It gives some amazing ideas, but you just cannot think when you want to think, so it's better you just leave it, stay in the moment, do something else, and then see the magic that your mind can do and deliver the exceptional results. Have you ever tried any
Absolutely.
such thing?
Yeah. I was just going to say one thing I do, obviously, when I was in the Navy for 20 years, first thing you got to do when you get out of bed is make your bed, right?
Yeah,
That's non negotiable.
yeah,
But I've carried that the rest of my life. I make the bed when I get up in the morning, and when I get up from a nap or whatever, I make the bed. Now, here's the key, ladies and gentlemen, it's a mindset. I have just accomplished something in my life. I have completed a task that I can be proud of,
hmm,
and it changes my mindset for the day. Um,
hmm,
there's many days when I've gone, I don't want to get up. I
hmm,
can't sleep, but I don't want to get up. And
yeah,
then I finally say, you know what, this is not working. You're going to get up anyway, so just get
yeah,
up. So I get up and I make my side of the bed. If Linda's and little Gracie, our dog, is still in bed, I make my side of the bed. I start with something positive in my life, and that allows me to come out, turn everything on in my routine, turn the water on for my coffee, and blah, blah, blah. There is an A, B, C, D, E, F, G of that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do that just haphazardly. There is a routine that
hmm,
I adhere to because I don't have to think about anything. I'm patterned to do this in this order,
yeah,
and even my wife, Linda, that you spoke about, she knows I'm in my wake up pattern. So unless it's important, she doesn't ask me any questions or anything because I'm in my pattern.
yeah,
And when those times came early on, we're both in our second marriages. Early on, when those times come where I'm in the middle of a pattern, and she wants to talk about something that's unrelated to anything and has no importance value at the time,
hmm,
we end up arguing.
hmm,
And then after a while, I explained to her that I have this pattern. And if there's something that I need to stop and address with you, I'd be happy to do that.
hmm,
Just make sure that it's important enough for me to stop
hmm,
and then restart, you know?
hmm,
Um, my days in the Navy, you got to be ready for anything everywhere, particularly out in floating on the ocean blue. You never know when there's an emergency or anything like that. So you got to have one ear tuned into the system all the time, basically. And um, it's really
Yeah.
amazing. I'll give you a really good example, and I still think about this in amazement. Sound asleep in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I heard the fan
Mhm.
in our birthing area start to go down.
Mhm.
Boo! I knew something really bad was happening. I jumped out of bed and screamed at the top of my voice, "Everybody out, GQ, something's wrong." And lights came on and people started flying without asking a question. Well, what's the matter? There is no what's the matter. Boom, this is not a drill. Move, and
Yeah.
I was sound asleep when I heard, all of a sudden I heard that sound of from boot all the time to boot. Man, I knew there was an emergency, and there was, right, and that was amazing, because we all got to our stations very quickly,
Mhm.
because my birthing was in charge of a lot of the communications on the ship during emergencies. So we were all
Yeah.
hooked up when people were still trying to figure it out, and presence. That's all it is. It's just presence. You're tuned in to hearing certain things outside while you're getting ready in the morning. You could be in the kitchen starting breakfast or whatever, and there should be certain sounds out there, and there isn't any.
Mhm.
Pretty soon you're at the window or you're outside, like, what's going on? You know,
Yeah.
if those sounds were present, you'd pay no conscious attention to them. But when they're
Sure.
not, it's completely different. Ladies and gentlemen, that's presence. Okay, that's not thinking about how you're gonna hate making breakfast today. It's not about I don't want to go to work today. All this stuff could happen. It's about, hey, something changed in my life, and I'm clicked in. What is it? You know, that's
Yeah.
important. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, absolutely. It's all about standing true to your own commitments. As you said, when you wake up, you're in habit of making your beds, which is a great thing because you decided that for yourself that I will be doing it every day, and that gives you the sense of accomplishment. So maybe that could be something else for somebody else. Maybe just doing some other activity in the morning that gives them that accomplishment feeling. So whatever it is for you, whatever you decide for yourself, it's very important to respect your commitments and then do them without any negotiation. So your commitments with yourselves are completely non-negotiable. uh, just imagine, when you have to report into your office, you have a call or some deliverables that you have to send out to your boss. That is not negotiable, and in whatever situation you are, you will do it. So why not to deliver that kind of commitment to your own self? Because when you're doing it to yourself, you're actually changing, you're actually transforming yourself. You are up leveling yourself with every passing day. And life is all about this. So, Ambassador, I met one of my friend the other day, I think, for evening walk, and I just said something funnily to her. I said, uh, life is a difficult project, and we are still learning how to navigate in different ways. And if example somebody needs therapy, somebody needs some friend to talk to, somebody needs guidance at more deeper level. So people are going through various things in their life, because of various circumstances, and we're all together trying to still understand how to navigate life. It's not easy. So that actually, helped me recall all the work that you are doing. And I met another guest, Dino. I think you would know him, Dino Corella, the other day on my podcast. The amazing work he is doing. So it's so amazing that there are people out there who have understood that people need this support, and they are devoting their time to help the mankind. So, which is a wonderful thing because people need it. there is good amount of, the way we say, demand and supply. There is huge demand in the market, and we need more people to supply some support, some love, some kindness. So yeah, and I will never stop. I think my gratitude to all you people will just keep going on, because it's some amazing work that you guys are doing. So I'll keep saying thank you for everything.
I'll go on. As they say in the South of America, in South states of America, I'll go on with yourself, right? So that's cute. Dino Corella, he is my fratello. That's Italian for brother. We're twin brothers of the same mother. We share a journey together, and he is one of those, like many, who we connected instantly, deep friendship.
Yeah,
Instantly,
yeah,
in one conversation, we were deeply entranced with each other, and that's been, I know, 4 or 5 years ago now, and it's never
yeah,
changed once. And that's who Dino is. Wonderful man. So Dino,
absolutely.
if you're listening in, yeah, brother Fratello. But yeah, you're right. There's we live in a world of duality. There's either right or wrong, or yes or no, or pass or fail, or anything like that. But that's really not true. There is this place of non-duality. It's not good. It's not bad. It simply is.
Mhm.
And when you can, and that place is presence. And when you can keep yourself conscious that
Yeah,
you're moving into duality rather than non-duality, your life gets a whole lot less complicated, number one. um,
yeah,
and you'll find that you begin attracting people like you, okay, nice
yeah.
people who are successful, who think the way you do,
Mhm.
and have an open heart for service and love for others. We're in business. I charge for my work. Okay.
Mhm.
And I love
Mhm.
my work, but I charge for it. I'm in business. This is a business. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And so um, people have surprised me once in a while that for some reason they think that they heard me at a speech more often right after I get off the stage.
Mhm.
They want me to mentor them. I said,
Mhm.
okay, how do you want to pay for it?
Mhm.
Uh, well, well, how much is it? I said, well, if you have to ask me how much with the first response, you're not ready for me. But thank you. I take that as a compliment that you would like to consider that. But your mind is not ready for a mentor yet, because you're still thinking from a point of expense rather than
Yeah,
the investment in yourself and your future,
yeah,
because that changes everything. I hope you wrote that down, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a consistent rule of nature that, if you're focused on your vision, I have this vision for myself, and that's my focus. And every so
Mhm.
often on my journey, there's a rainstorm or something I've got to deal with, but I
Mhm.
know that it's going to pass, and I'm going to get through that rainstorm, and I'm going to be moving on toward my vision.
Yeah,
It makes it easier. It just doesn't do away with the storm. It's there. You guys
yeah,
still have to deal with it, but you deal with it in a very different way than if you're going, oh God, why is this happening to me again? Right?
yeah,
That's that self sabotage, imposter syndrome stuff that we
yeah.
talked on live yesterday, where you were such a fabulous guest. And
Thank you.
that kind of stuff is hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. It takes years of doing it, okay? Because we're all emotional people. We run off of emotions. We don't run off of pure thought, A, B, C, D, F, G. There are
Yeah,
people who think that way, but they still think that way with emotions. They
yeah,
think and listen to people to um, reflect back, or they don't want to respond to what they said. They already know what they're going to say and against whatever they're saying. That's the wrong mindset. If
yeah.
you listen to somebody with the idea that that you have the chance to respond and create uh, a communication that changes the way that the thing goes, and the anger actually comes down. It'll
Yeah.
spike a little bit at first, but both people will actually draw the anger down because
Yeah.
people will mirror you. If you don't get real excited, they can't stay up there that long. They'll start coming down. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, to that, what you just mentioned, I actually was making a note of it so that by the time I get my chance to speak, I don't forget it. And it is very important that I share this thought and make it a point. So, you mentioned about that this is your business, right? And you charge, and you should charge because you've decided that this is my line of business, this is what I'm going to do. So with for that, this morning I created a poll on one of the social handle. I think it was Instagram story, and I asked the most simplest question, that if you have to make a choice between time and money, what would you choose? Okay, a lot of people responded, and majority of them chose time. Okay, there was hardly one or two people who might have selected money, and my husband was one of them. uh, so then I thought that what would I choose? I would want money, but is it wrong to say that I would want money, you know?
No,
So what really happens is that when I went back with the result and I asked the question again, that how many of you felt guilt in choosing money, but you wanted to choose money? There were so many out there, so many out there. Okay, so the thing is that somehow we are conditioned by our society that if we choose money, or if we choose luxuries, if we say no, I want this, I want that, maybe you're not a good human being, maybe you are a greedy person, or maybe so many negative things. But that's not the truth, right? If you want luxury for yourself, if you want money for yourself, respect your choice and go for it.
yeah,
Instead of
absolutely.
feeling guilty, instead of feeling guilty that, oh, I really want to choose money, but then I'm choosing time because that sounds more sophisticated. No, dude, come on, respect your choice and choose money. So that is a point I really wanted to share it with people, and the good part that I'm sharing it along with you through this podium, that this is so important to respect your choice, whatever you want in your life. It is important to honor yourself, because if you are not standing for yourself, buddy, there's nobody who's standing for yourself.
Yes. Wonderful thoughts. Wonderful thoughts. Ah, thank you for coming and doing this with me today. This was just such a joy, and you're such a joy. I know we're going to do another live or two down the road. Don't know what they're going to look like yet, but I know we're going to do it because we got great
Yeah,
synergy.
yeah. And
So,
I
lady,
mean,
go ahead.
time just flew like anything. I thought,
Yeah,
oh God,
yeah,
what are
doesn't
we
take
going to
long.
talk about?
Right, right. It don't take long. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, thank you. Leave your comments below. We'll be checking on them. Okay. And thank you, as always, for listening in and giving us a few minutes of your time. Bye for now.